Hello students, welcome to Smart World, School of Complete Education. This is chapter number 11 from English, Anak Krakatoa. So, Anak Krakatoa is an island and it's in Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra, which is located in Indonesia. It's a volcanic island and we'll be discussing about this island in the entire chapter. And we'll be also getting knowledge about different kinds of volcanoes and what are volcanoes. So let's get started. Krakatoa is an island in the Sunda Strait that I already mentioned you the location of the island, and it is popular or it is famous because of its volcano, which it. Now, do you know what is a volcano? A volcano is an in the earth's crust, and there is which contains hot molten rock near the earth's crust, which is also known as when this hot molten rock erupts, it releases lava. Sometimes it rises to the surface of earth through such a crack or opening and flows out. When this happens, we say that the volcano has erupted. When the hot molten lava that is inside the crack it erupts and comes out, we say that the volcano has erupted. The volcanic eruption helps on tremendous scale. It happens on different levels. Some volcanoes erupt at a moderate rate, and the eruption of some volcanoes is quite high, which causes a lot of destruction. So thick dark clouds of smoke rise high from the opening and spread in the sky. Big glowing burning chunks of rock and red hot lava are thrown out of the crack in the earth. Very hot mud and ash are also thrown out. A great volcanic eruption can change landforms in an area. So this is how a volcano erupts. The poet has or the author has described how after the eruption of volcano what are the changes. When a volcano erupts, the sky is covered with smoke of thick and dark clouds, and big chunks of rocks and red hot lava comes out of the crack of the volcano, and very hot mud and ash are also thrown out. A great volcanic eruption can change landforms in an area. This means that when a volcano erupts and lava is released out, so it forms, after it gets cold, it changes into rocks and it forms landforms. Sedimentary rocks we call them. So it may bring a wide change in the landforms in the area in which it erupts. So volcanoes are probably classified into three categories. There are three kinds of volcanoes: active volcanoes, dormant volcanoes, and extinct volcanoes. So we can guess by the name that what they mean. It means that the volcanoes erupt regularly at regular intervals of time. They erupt. Dormant means that it does not erupt regularly, but temporarily it is active. Dormant means it is in a sleep state. So dormant means inactive or in a deep sleep. We find information about eruptions of these volcanoes in history, but now they are quiet, or they may erupt at a very long period, between a very long period of time. They don't erupt regularly. Extinct volcanoes, as it is self-explanatory through the name, extinct means that they don't erupt anymore, they are not active anymore. They used to erupt long time ago, but there is no record of it in the history. An extinct volcano is unlikely to erupt again. So the difference between a dormant and extinct volcano is dormant volcano may have not erupted since a very long time, but there are chances that it may erupt any time. But if we get to know that a volcano is extinct, that means that it is unlikely to erupt again in future. So Krakatoa is an active volcano. That means it erupts regularly. It has erupted many times, causing great disasters. So the worst eruptions that took place was in 1883. The volcano erupted with such a loud boom that it was heard more than 3,500 kilometers away in Australia, and it is believed to be the loudest sound that man has ever heard. The island, which was volcanic mountain, collapsed itself. Now the island situated below the mountain, due to the eruption of the volcano, it collapsed, and the dust was thrown up in the eruption, rose up to 80 kilometers in the sky. So it caused a great destruction. It spread in the sky around the world and later settled in different parts of the world. The eruption caused giant waves of tsunamis. So since it was island, so it was surrounded by waters on all the sides. So the eruption also caused tsunami in the sea. About 165 villages and towns were destroyed due to the eruption as well as the tsunami. The eruption destroyed 2/3 of the island of Krakatoa. It collapsed beneath the surface of the sea, creating a huge underwater crater, and the hole was more than 6 kilometers. So it erupted and it created a crater. Crater is a hole. Like in the moon, we see a lot of depressions. So it's a kind of depression. Depression was created. Then in 1927, a plume of smoke rose out of water on the crater. It was followed by another eruption. So again, another eruption took place in 1927, and the crater that was created 60 kilometers below, it erupted from there. A few days later, New Island volcano broke water. So when the underwater volcano threw up ash and rock, it was quickly taken away by the seawater, but then the lava started flowing out of the crater faster. This volcanic material was not at all taken away by the waves, and a new mountain began to grow. So as we read earlier that it leads to change in landforms, so here it led to the creation of another mountain. It kept growing and as soon seen above the water. So the crater that was created below 60 kilometers under the sea, the matter started accumulating in it and it grew into a mountain above the water. Thus a new island grew from the old island of Krakatoa, and it was named Anak Krakatoa. So this was the story behind the Anak Krakatoa. The origin of Anak Krakatoa took place like this. So it is also known as Child of Krakatoa because it originated from the volcanic eruptions of Krakatoa. Anak Krakatoa is still an active volcano. Eruptions have begun again in 1994. It lies quiet for a few days and then again there are eruptions. With more lava flowing out, the island is still growing bigger. So since the eruption takes place and lava comes out, so the island is growing bigger in size. Since 1950, the island has grown at an average rate of 5 inches per week. A part of the old island known as Rakata is still visible in the sea, a little away from the new arrival, Anak Krakatoa. After Krakatoa's eruption in 1883, all the surrounding islands and coasts were covered with hot ash. No life remained. When a scientist visited in 1884, he found just one spider there. So after so many eruptions, there was a lot of destruction, and since we read that 175 villages were destroyed and the land was of no use, so nobody lives there. So there was no life around for many years, and when scientists visited there in 1884, they just saw a spider there. But the living world on Rakata was not lost and gone forever. The wind and the sea brought seas of plants to island. Again the life started emerging out, starting from the plants, and some seeds came with the birds and which flew over the island. Plants and animals that live in the sea came to the coasts again, and small land animals like ants, termites, or even rats and lizards traveled to the island on the plants floating in the sea. One edge of the island was soon teeming with the plants and animals. So the life started emerging again, and beginning with the plants, slowly and gradually seeds were brought with the help of birds and wind, and later on small animals like ants, termites also start emerging, and the land started flourishing again with life, beginning with plants and animals. So it was like a laboratory where scientists can see how living things slowly develop in an area. Today scientists can observe this also in a part of Anak Krakatoa which does not get covered with volcanic ash. The western coast of Java was greatly affected by Krakatoa's eruption. Very few human beings were left there, but the wild animals and plants in the area grew in number again. In fact, the wildlife grew naturally since there were no human beings to interfere with it. and there was no one there to cut the trees or kill the animals, so this region became rich in wildlife. So since a lot of eruptions took place, it lead to a lot of damage. So there was a time when there was no life at the island, but slowly and gradually life emerged itself naturally. And so the good part is that there are no human beings, so there was no one to harm the natural aura of the place. All the animals and plants flourished, and now the region is rich in wildlife.